Good evening and welcome to KRT Live. I am live back in the virtual commentary box with the main man, the crank soul brother, Mr. Tofu Smuggler, and he's joining me all the way from the far west side of America this morning, I believe. So good to see you this morning, Tofu. How you doing?
Good to see you, Lewis. I'm doing great. I cannot believe technology. How are we talking to each other and live streaming when we're on opposite sides of the world? I'm excited.
This is cool. This is really, really cool. So we've gone live and the race has just started. The A-Cats have left the pen. And so we're going to jump straight in and have a little look at the route map straight away. So do you want to take us through today's route? It's a familiar one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we're doing one of maybe the OG Watopia racecourse. Looks like 5 laps of the Watopia Hilly Route. And it starts hot and heavy. They're going to be hitting the Watopia Hilly KOM here in 30 seconds or less.
Let's go to the live stream view, and we're eyes on with Rhys Howells from the Canyon Coalition team, hailing out of Wales. And so we've got some decent races. We've got some familiar faces in the race as well tonight. Tofu, I can see Mr. Socks and Ham, Simon Oxenham for Zodiac, Team Zodiac, and he's right up near the front, just a little ways ahead of Rhys in this position here. We've also got Mr. Jacques Lecoq here, also doing a great job for KRT. So. James Ward joining us. Thanks for the like, and as always, if there's any comments, please bring them in through on chat. So yeah, we are live. We've got Robin Zund saying echo. There we go. Sorry, a bit of echo at the start there. Yeah, but all good now. So eyes on with Jack, and you can see he's sitting in 8th place. Looks like there's about 18 in this front group, this A group. Tofu, not big numbers tonight for the KRT, is it? Well, not for just KRT, but for this race. Do you think that it's to do with the fact that the Zwift Racing League's just finished? Is that the issue?
I think some people might be a little burned out of Zwift racing right now, but you know what? We got some diehards out here. They're ready to crush it.
Yeah, I agree. They just love to race. It's Sunday evening here in the UK, and what time are you on there? Is it about midday? Just 12, 11?
Oh, it's about 11 a.m., so we're still having breakfast over here.
Absolutely. Oh, great. Jane Ahern, great to see you jumping into chat. Joey Maguire saying Jack for the ACAT win. So we've got great team support coming through for KRT in the chat. So let's jump to Jack. Let's give him a ride on. And he looks like he's in a good little group there. So the funny thing about this course is it is one of the OG courses out on Watopia. So I think anyone who's been on Zwift since beta days will be very fond of this course in particular, because it was either forward or reverse, wasn't it? And you had hilly, and then they introduced flat routes. But really, it's a great course actually to race on, because they've got the forward KOM on this event on the hilly, and there's a sprint section, and then there's the S's towards the end of the lap, and a few places to have big digs and to have a bit of selection happening out on the course. So 5 laps. What would your tactic be, Tofu, if you were racing tonight? What would you be trying to do in the Bs?
Well, definitely the main pressure point is that the KOM every lap, and so definitely I'm not the best climber, so I would definitely always be trying to be starting the KOM towards the front of the pack and just fighting to stay glued to the biggest blob on the KOM, so that I had some others to go back down with, to maybe if there's like 1 or 2 that shoot off the front on the KOM, maybe if there's a bigger group chasing behind, that you can catch back on to the front with them. And then my favorite part of the course is the S's. I love the S's. It really mixes things up, especially on the last lap. I've seen it so many times where somebody does a very strong break through the S's, and you can maintain it and carry it all the way to the finishing banner for a victory. So we could see some fireworks.
Yeah, it's a great section, the S's, to really put the power down, actually. And if you kick coming out the sprint, so lots of people attack the sprint banner, that sprint bridge that they're going to cross, and then they kind of just sort of meander going up that bank. But actually, that's a great place to attack, just going up and over that bank and into the S's. And if you carry quite a bit of momentum, you can get a couple of seconds over the rest of the group. So obviously, if you're on a lone breakaway, it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. I don't think there's double draft enabled for tonight's race. I don't believe so, but it's hard with the draft physics on Zwift anyway, really, to do a solo break or a lone break. If there's a few of you, you might be able to do it, but it's certainly it's a course I love, actually. I have to say, anywhere sort of racing around Watopia that doesn't involve mountains or epic KOMs or radio towers, I'm all for. I like the short, sharp, 30-second climb or the minute effort. I'm all for that. So Jacques doing really, really well here. We have got a few KRT teammates slightly further back in the B group as we continue to watch the A's, and I believe they have made their way. They will be on the route, no doubt. I think all the cats have. Dave Ranson saying evening all, and he's raced earlier, and there's a little conversation between Dave and Robin going on via Facebook chat, and we do have the bees as well, Robin, and thank you for prompting me, because I'm going to just go backwards. We're watching S Show, who it looks like he's off the back already of the A's, so that first KOM's been pretty brutal. And Yamaguchi as well, really pushing hard here to try and get back in touch, but it's going to be really tough. He might catch up with Cho, but then we're going to the front, I believe, of the bees with #1 ding dong. What a great
Hey,
name.
now.
What a great name. Okay, so we're jumping in with the bees, and oh man, look at those numbers. Ding dong's really giving it some ding dong at the front.
He's giving it.
He's so good. 5.1%. Man, these numbers are big numbers. He's looking for an upgrade tonight. Maybe that's what he wants. Maybe he's like, I'm fed up of being in the B's. I need to be in the A's. Let me at him. But great name. I give him a ride on for that. Oh, I've already given him a ride on for that. So in this group, we've got a few more people. We've got P. Oliver from Wales. We've got DV. Oh, DV for Belgian Zwift racers for the Lions 8. But we've got our very own Deborah Sludds Parker for KRT, Kiss Race Team, joining us there. So good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is in Canada, whichever side Deborah's on, east or west coast. I think she's about 7 hours behind, so she's a couple of hours ahead of you there, Tofu. She's a great racer, isn't she, Deborah? I mean, she's absolutely fantastic. She's been racing in the Premier League, hasn't she, for the Socks for Watts team, and they've done brilliantly. They've done absolutely brilliantly this season. Amazing.
Yeah, they really have. The Premier League is stiff competition, and they really held their own and had some great results, especially as the season wore on.
There's a lot of Tron bikes out tonight, as you can see by the glowing hoops, the glowing wheels, in various colours. Be interested to see if anyone comes forward at the sprint section. Deborah just taking it up and then realising maybe sitting with your nose in the wheels, not the place to be. Deborah, you want to be in the group there. That's it. Ride alongside your fellow KRT teammates, and that's it. Any shout outs or big ups in chat for these wonderful KRT teammates, please let us know. James Ward, Deb, straight from the TP range photo shoot, the race bike. Yes, the new kit's out for KISS Race Team, and we've got the 2021 refresh of the wonderful KISS Race Team designed by Carol Tower, and it looks great, I have to say. And that's the in real life, not in-game kit, but we have a little thing. Oh, Ding Dong using a ghost power up there. Just Ding Dong's just popped back into view to let us know that he hasn't gone anywhere. He's still there, but. We have this tradition, don't we, Tofu and the team, where we have to take photos and they have to feature toilet paper somewhere in there. And I think some of the new teammates are a little bit confused as to where that's come from. Can you remember where that tradition started at all?
Yeah, it's a little odd, and definitely some of them might be questioning why they joined a KRT when they see toilet paper photos posted all over. But don't be shy. Send in your toilet paper photos. Let's see it.
Show us the TP. That's right. And yeah, we have also got Jesse and we have got John Rich too. So we've just jumped on to follow Jesse and riding once again. Really strong effort here. From Jesse and also from John Rich. So we've got a good group of KRT here in this B group, B category tonight. So the chance for us a bit of work. Do you think maybe, Tofu, work together? Maybe some team tactics coming into play? Is that possible?
Yeah. I mean, why not? Especially if the laps are wearing on and they're still together, if they're surviving the KOMs together, definitely opportunities to work together. But I'm a little excited for maybe a little internal KRT rivalry between WTRL team Psycho Circus, John Rich, and the Big Timbers from my own team, Jesse Williams. It'll be interesting to see these two duke it out maybe against each other.
Now that's interesting. That's an interesting thought, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. So a little bit of a score to settle, shall we say? A little bit of in-team rivalry. There's nothing wrong with a bit of competition, is there? Really, you know. So
it was always fun seeing it. The end of the day results and comparing the internal KRT teams against each other. And I know Psycho Circus and Big Timbers, we were all very close between each other, especially on the TTTs.
Yeah, the time gaps are close, aren't they? Some of those team time trials, it's literally the top 3 or 4 within a division are separated by a matter of seconds. So it's been super close. And a big shout out to WTRL and to Steve and to Martin for organising that and just putting up with this. I can't imagine what their inboxes are like. The sheer volume of emails and requests and information, and yeah, it must just be non-stop. It really must be non-stop for them, but they do an amazing job. They really do. And I'm looking forward to season 3. Actually, I'm looking forward to being back in with the KRTC Love Guns. That will be a great time to reacquaint myself with the Zwift Racing League, because I obviously haven't been racing with them this season 2, but I'm looking forward to jumping right back in. Let's catch up with chat. Let's see. Toilet rolls do a great job of filling out the sports bra top. Fact from Toby Kaplan. Yes, we've seen the photos, haven't we, Tofu? Selfie submitted, and it can't be unseen, unfortunately. Toby saying the boss. James Ward replying to Toby Kaplan, that photo was terrifying. That's kind of all you need to know. Anyone who's watching that isn't in the KRT team. Let's see who else is in this group. Let's see if there's any. Are there any people that you think are a top tip for tonight? Tofu, is anyone that you had eyes on earlier and you thought, do you know what? Actually, that B class rider, that B cat rider, he or she looked really handy. They might be one to watch.
I mean, there's definitely some strong sprinters. I mean, they're looking at Zwift Power right now, and there's maybe 8 to 10 that can do a 15-second sprint over 10 watts per kilogram. And so, if those are still at the front on the final lap. It's going to be an exciting final sprint. One of those is my main man from Big Timbers, Jesse Williams, and he's been getting better and better at climbing throughout both two WTRL series. So I think he has a good chance to stick and be there at the finish.
Good tip. Yeah, good tip. Yeah, Jesse's going from strength to strength. So yeah, good shout out to Jesse. Big shout out to John Rich as well, who's he's a family man, and you know, he does what many of us do, I believe, on Zwift, who have families and young kids around, is he makes it fit when he can, you know, and I think that's the beauty of Zwift, that, and other riding platforms. Obviously, there's other platforms available for you, but you know, he kind of fits his training around family life, work life, and so he's often to be found on Zwift first thing in the morning or last thing at night, you know. And that's dedication, really. That really is dedication, because it's very easy just to go, do you know what, I'm absolutely shattered, I'm going to just sit on the couch and you know, not get the kit on. And you know, it's easy to get into that kind of mindset, but not for John. He's a great rider. He's a strong rider. Robin, shout out for Jesse as well, and he's saying used to ride on the same in real life team as Jesse. That's cool. And Jesse helped Robin a ton when they were both Cat 3s. So I didn't know that. Interesting team fact, team tidbit coming through from chat. Thank you so much, Robin, for that. So they're cresting the KOM, the forward KOM, for a second time, but this is they've got one lap completed, according to my reckoning. So I think it's going to be the finish line is going to be on the finish down by the beach, which it normally is. Start finish banner will be there. Lots of PRs once more, again coming from the riders all around the BCAT. I'm going to just go backwards maybe and see if we can pick up some of the action in the C's. We have got a C category rider racing today, I believe, Tofu. That's correct, yeah?
Ride on.
May have lost my main man in commentary. Has he left me? I can see him, but I'm not sure if I can still hear him. I think I might need to just go back into Discord shortly, so bear with me. But I'm going to go backwards to the C's, and then we'll try and get Mr. Tofu Smuggler back into our live stream once more. Let me just go backwards and see where the front group of the C's are. There we go, that looks like the back of the B's, and here we are with the C category riders out on course. Okay, right, let me just try and bring Tofu back in.
Ride on. Ride on.
Okay, so I can see Tofu's talking away, but I can't hear him. Tofu, can you hear me? I know he's talking. I can see him talking, but it's like he can't hear me at all. Really strange. Really strange. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah, I am not entirely sure why we're not having any kind of audio from Mr. Tofu Smuggler. So unfortunately, it might just be me for a little bit longer. But we are in with the sea cats, and they look like they're quite spread out. There's 43, I believe, in the sea cats. So here we are, eyes on with S. Cusworth. And just ahead is M. Dawson, so KRT, our Canadian compatriots. So give him a ride on, and we'll keep eyes on with Mr. Dawson as he makes his way with this front group of Cs, which is a great effort. I think there's just a couple more slightly further ahead down the road, but doing a great job. Chat coming in with Chris. I got my in real life kit last week, posted a photo without toilet rolls and got slated. Yeah, it's a rite of passage, I think, Chris, but you've made up, more than made up for it. So well done. Yeah, there we go. All right, let me see if there's anything else I can do. Let me see if I can go to the dual cams and see if Tofu, are you there? Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2. Can you speak, Mr. Tofu Smuggler? I can see you. Can you hear me? Any joy at all? I think he's lost comms. We've got eyes on him, but he can't see. I don't think he can hear for some reason at the moment, which is crazy. I don't know what's happened here to Discord. I might just have to try and close it down completely and fully restart Discord. So I don't know why it has done that tonight. Hey ho, this is live. We are live, and we are bringing you action from the Kiss race tonight. So we will continue to do our best to bring Tofu in to chat. Let's try once more. Here we go.
He was speaking, but on the stream you're breaking up and he's not.
Aha, I can hear you, Mr. Tofu Smuggler. You are back in the room.
Tofu, Lewis.
Yes, I'm here, brother. I've got you. Okay, right. Okay. So a little. I think maybe a glitch my end with Discord. We lost all sound, and then it kind of froze, I think. Maybe we're trying to do too much, but you never know. You don't know until you push it. As Salt and Pepper once sang, Shah, just push it. That's what we do. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And we're pushing it and trying to break the internet, both in America and in the UK at the same time. So I've got that's going. So what I need to do now is I just need to get you set up so that you can see, at least see what I can see, because otherwise it's no good if you can't see what I can see. So I am, hopefully you can see the stream once more. Is that any good? You should have my eyes on now, Tofu. Let me know if you can see that view. Okie dokie. Just going to minimize that. So yeah, okie dokie. Back with the plan. So as they are making their way around the seas here with Mr. Dawson, I'm going to try and get a bit of information about our very own KRT teammate, Mr. Mike Dawson, Canadian, and I've got a funny feeling he's a neighbour of Deborah's. Is that right? Or am I just assuming that because he's Canadian, he's going to know Deborah? But I've got a feeling Deborah's brought a couple of local riders to her into the team, and he may be one of them. Mike may be one of them, but I'm not sure on that. So chat, if anyone can confirm that, that'd be brilliant. We've got all sorts being consumed in chat, Tofu. I don't know what you think about this. It's a bit early in the morning for you, but There's Robin knocking back a beer while watching other people exercise. Vicky Stebbins on the wine and cheese. Fantastic. I hope it's a nice bottle of red that you've got there. It's got to be a red. It's got to be red with cheese. And Tina Bonheim Frankenheim coming in with wine and chocolate here. So, oh my gosh, James Ward's knocking back the Watsits. So, Vicky's clearly had too many glasses because she can't remember whether it's red or white. John's on the Fino Sherry. Oh my gosh, I'm teetotal here. I don't know about you, Tofu, but my body's a temple. I wouldn't dream of drinking on a school night. Oh dear. Oh right, let's get back to the action because we're just chatting here and it's taken us ages just to get back. Does anyone know what lap we're on? Because I'll be honest, I have totally lost the plot here. We're watching Mr. Mike Dawson in the seas. Let's throw some love out to these sea cat riders who are doing a great job out tonight. So we have got Giroux, a Canadian, fellow Canadian, and Mr. Why No Good. Why No Good? And who's also hailing out of Canada, G Long, I Hutchinson. We have some Spanish riders represented, and Cato, I recognise his name, and D Moore, hailing out of Ireland, and N Kramer as well. So these guys are just the tail end of the bees, I believe, and S Cho's making his way onwards. Looks like Ding Dong has gone off the back, actually. Maybe it was one too many Watt bombs at the start, but Deborah's got into a little group there with Kay Jensen, so good job there, Borg. And then we've got the Portuguese rider here in this group, which makes up the group. This is the main group of the bees, isn't it? Clearly, and we join action back at the front here. So I'm just going to have to get on top of my overlays and just see what's what here. But it looks like a decent group.
It is, and it looks like they're starting their third lap.
Thank you so much. You've got me out of jail there, brother. Smooth as. It's super slick, this. You know, no one will have noticed the thing. Everyone's probably thinking he's drinking beer and wine there because he hasn't got a clue what's going on. So yeah, looking at the live, I want to go back to live, don't I? On Swift Power, just to see the kind of numbers that the races are doing, and it's going to be a little bit tricky because it's 4 laps for the C's and the D's tonight, and it's 5 laps for the A's and the B's. So that's going to be interesting to see how much of a gap ahead the A's have got. I believe they are on lap 3 according to Zwift Power, and looks like it might have split a little bit according to Zwift Power Live as we watch the Bees just start the forward KOM for their 3rd time, I believe, and some power-ups getting dropped here just for people to stay in contention. Looks like 6 riders at the front sharp end of the race. 3 A+ cats, Reese Howells. We've got Casper Norden for Innovation, and we've got Michael Podzaline for Team X. They're doing really well. Those 6 riders are plugging away at 4.4 watts per kilogram average. Then we go a little way back to see Jacques Lecoq's in the follow group, I think, the group behind, and his group is doing 4 watts per kilogram, which is fantastic. And then then we come to that A groups, whittled down somewhat. So I think once we've followed these Bs all the way up here, up this forward KOM, we might just go and see what the action's like elsewhere out on course. Do you know how many Ds we've got in the race tonight, Tofu?
Ooh, let me look. With power, maybe only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 Ds on Swift Power.
Okay, cool. There were 3 not long before the start of the stream, so that's good to know that there's a few more that have jumped in. So it's good. It's nothing.
Although one of them is a B and one of them is a C.
That old chestnut. Okay. Yeah, the legs are still hurting after doing a team time trial on Thursday night, maybe. So they decided they're racing down a cat. They're racing down. Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that. Don't do that, folks. It's not cool. we want to have fair racing as much as possible on Zwift as the guys and girls crest the forward KOM for the third time and come up to the banner, and we're seeing burrito power-ups being dropped. The benefit of a burrito power-up, Tofu, what would you is it worth it? Is it worthy of a power-up? Is it a good one?
I don't think I've ever successfully used the burrito, but I have seen it cause some stress. I mean, if there's a rider that's dangling and you know that they're struggling to stay glued onto the pack, you could kind of fall back a little bit, get right in front of them and drop your burrito, and you could end their day. I've seen it happen.
I'm exactly like you. I think I've only ever had it 2 or 3 times, and whenever I've had it, it's never really been at the time or the place where I've felt like I needed it the most. You know, it's always been at either an inopportune moment or you haven't been able to use it successfully or satisfactorily, I'd say. But yeah,
I think I usually say, not the burrito.
Yes, yeah. Because the idea is that you're undraftable, that, you know, people can't follow you. So you'd kind of really need it just at the right time. You'd probably want teammates around you. You know, you want to coordinate it as well, possibly, so that you can say, right, I've got a burrito, we're going to drop it. Let's kick now. Let's try and get a breakaway, you know, and try and catch people unawares, you know.
Well, and I think it only lasts for 15 seconds too, and maybe it would be more beneficial if it was a 30-second.
Yeah, true. It is short. It is a short power up. It's like you know, how long's the aero helmet actually? Thinking about it, that's only short as well, isn't it? The aero.
Yeah, the arrow's 15, but the drafting van, that's 30, and that feels good. You're like, I got this for 30 seconds.
Yeah, because you again with the dropping of power up, you know, it depends on how you are connected to your trainer, whether you have a smart trainer, whether you've got power meter pedals and things, but there can be a bit of a lag, can't there, between you kind of kicking, going for it, and then it actually impacting on, you know, your avatar on screen. So you know, the power-ups that are 30 seconds, like you say, the van, certainly the drafting van, is feels good, feels about right, I think.
Yeah, I think half of it is placebo, just that little morale boost. You're like, oh, I can recover for 30 seconds. This is good.
Yeah, definitely. Right, we're going to just go and share some love with the D-Cats. So just bear with me, everybody, while I do this, because this may or may not work. But thank you so much to Mr. Dave Ranson for allowing us to have the event set up so that you can see all the cats at the same time, because oh my goodness me, that makes my life so much easier. So much easier. Is this the front D-Cat kicking up at 4 watts per kilogram in amongst the seas with a is that the front D? Can't be, can it? That's not right. What's going on here?
Oh, this is your he's actually a B.
Oh, is he in the wrong? He's okay.
Come on, Sam.
Getting the right cat to start with. Someone stopped on the roadside there. Someone from Tugaz. Santos here. It looks like he and Gullikson as well from Norway. Looks like the riders who probably are, although they're showing his third and fourth out on the rider list on the right hand side here. In Zwift,
I think he's your true leader on Zwift Power.
Would look, yeah. I think, you know, a minute 57 back from the guy who is riding for MES, the US military team. I just think, yeah, he's probably in the wrong category maybe. But we're going to give a ride on to all of these D's for jumping into the race tonight, because sometimes it's hard, isn't it, when there's only 10 people at the start, and then if a few drop off and a few go, oh, I can't make it, I can't hang in, it can be quite a lonely experience. So we'll give a lot of love to all of these D's here as it looked like the bees were just rolling past. John Rich might have just become unhitched there a little bit from the front group of.
Yeah, that's a painful spot.
Yeah, so.
John.
What a shame! What a shame for John tonight, but great effort nevertheless. And it looks like Jacques Lecoq has been caught by the front group of bees, and he's decided maybe in race radio he's chatting away to Jesse, and he's decided, right, I don't know what, I'm just going to sit back and let the bee group behind catch up and ride with them. So fair play. So Vicky Stebbin coming in with Go John Rich, Toby Kaplan coming in with Jesse's wearing the new kit. Probably, yeah. We didn't set up Suffocams tonight, unfortunately, team. So sorry about that. But they will be coming. They will definitely be coming for future streams. So yeah, when you've got your new kit on, let's get rocking and rolling with the new kit, guys. So we are watching Jacques Lecoq, but I think he's in that blob group with the bees, as I said. Jesse's doing a great job. Really strong ride from him tonight. So good tip there for him to maybe be in with a shout towards the end of the race. As looks like they're just coming round to complete the sprint section once more, as they turn and go under the sprint banner for making their way up the short bank and short rise. It'd be interesting to see if anyone decides that this is the place to push down. It's a good group, actually. I think this is the largest group out of the other cats as far as I can see from Zwift Power Live out on course tonight. So a decent group here of the front bees, and they are riding at an average of 3.6 watts per kilogram. And it says there are, looks like there were, last time they went through it said there was about 14 riders, but looks it's a little more than 14 from what I can see.
Yeah, I'm impressed. They're sticking together so well.
Yeah, they are, and this is the place where people might just attack. Let's just see who's going to push here. And it looks like C. Evans is going quite hard, and Jacques Lecoq decides to cover that one off, and he goes with him too. Little gap of a couple of seconds that they've just, about 2 seconds that they've just pulled out over the rest of that group. But I imagine that B group will pull that back in short order. Doesn't look like they were trying to get away at all. It wasn't like a breakaway attempt. It just looks like it was an effort by them just to push up that bank.
Yeah, I definitely like to be on any of these little climbs. I like to maybe lead the charge every once in a while to just set the pace, so that if I make it hard just enough for everybody, nobody wants to attack off the front. That's a good strategy. Yeah,
it's the danger is if you are slightly further back, it's almost like that concertina effect, isn't it? When you go around tight bends in real life in a criterium race, and you're at the back, and obviously you have to slow down. Everyone's slowing down, and then suddenly it sort of strings out. And same on that little section of the course. Being near the front, being near the sharp end is a really good tactic, and one that I try to employ as much as possible. Don't always execute it, but that's another story. But this is a great group. It's a really nice blob flying around here. Let's just catch up with chat. Vicky's confirmed that it is red. It's a red glass of wine she's drinking. She couldn't remember. She just couldn't. So she was telling me that she couldn't remember whether Mike is Deborah's neighbour or not. Oh, okay. All right. I'll let you off, Vicky. I'll let you off, Vicky. She's just having the one glass tonight with a few cheese nibbles. And Chris is saying he's going to hopefully jump in next week with the C's. Good man, Chris. That's super.
Yeah,
news.
let's do it.
Let's get a lot of KRT love and teammates out on the road next week, and let's see if we can get the Suffocams up and resurrected. That would be brilliant too. Toby Kaplan, in the words of Maxi Jazz, but referring to a bottle of Ardbeg, this is my church, this is where I heal my hurts. And Robin shouting out, Jesse going up the climb, leading the climb. Yeah, how about that? Fantastic, strong riding from Jesse here tonight. And Phil, thanks so much for the like. Toby Kaplan saying, come on, John, dig in. There's a bottle of Proper Job IPA waiting for you. And my knowledge of beers is almost as good as my knowledge of Zwift racing. So I know that's a Cornish brewery, and it's rather nice, actually. They do a couple of variations of that. So the bees crossing the start-finish line for what must be their final lap. Is that?
I think this is going to be their second to last time up the hill.
Right, okay, so lap four. Okay, so it's going to be the final time for the Sea Cats when they come across that start-finish banner, but we may well have one. Yeah, we are going to. I'm looking now at the distance. Yeah, they're nowhere near 46k, so we do have 2 more laps. You're absolutely right, Mr. Tofu Smuggler, and a massive reason why you are joining me in the virtual commentary box tonight. Okay, should we go forward and jump to the A's? What do we think about that?
Let's do it.
Okay, right.
Hey, and while you do that, I don't want to jinx it, but can I just say that live results on Zwift Power are currently still working?
That's the absolute kiss of death, but it's great news. It's great news, nevertheless, and I think that. I mean, that's just in time for the end of Zwift Racing League, isn't it? I mean, it's like season's just finished, and it's like, right, great. But let's not knock Zwift here. Let's not knock them. Right, they've done it. Don't go to me. I don't want to see me. They have pulled their finger out and got something there back up and running, which is great. It's good news. It's good news all round, really, to be quite honest. So we're now finding that everyone's a little bit split up, so I might have a bit of a trouble because all the A's now I think the pace must be pretty relentless at the front sharp end of that A-cat, so I'm getting the C's and I've got the B's again, and I may just have to do a bit of companion app trickery here, so bear with me while I do the justice. But I do know that Mr. Reese Howells is doing a brilliant job at the very front of the race, so if I can do this, if it will let me do this. Will it let me do this? No, because now fan view's not working. Brilliant. The companion app's decided to go, nope, not playing that.
You can't have it. We can't have it all.
You can't have Zwift Power Live and the companion app working. What are you thinking about, Dinsdale? It's not all going to work for you. So right, so if anyone knows whereabouts the A-cats are, because I want to get a bit further down the road here. I know Jacques with the bees. We've seen that Mr. Simon Oxenham is just about the same place too, pushing really hard, 4th time up this climb. These A's are the ones who are dangling off the back, I believe, of the A-cat. I just want to see if we can get further forward, a bit further forward. Is this guy coming up to the KOM banner? Now I've gone backwards. Yeah, apologies. Right, okay. Bear with us. We're going to try this another way because it's clearly not letting me do that. I'm going to just search for Mr. Reese Howells. So, while I do that, let's see. So chat's just turned to alcohol tonight. It's basically about beer and wine in chat, Tofu. It's all kicking off. So they're talking about what course is going to be next week. Chris is asking the course, what course could it be? John Stedman coming in with something with a long climb at the end for him, please. Innsbruck after party. Oh gosh, that is a flipping heck. Now
I don't know about that one.
Okay, I can't follow Mr. Reese Howe because he's no longer in the race. So that is why. My gosh. Okay, so that is the reason. So Zwift, maybe the companion app was all right, actually, to be fair. Maybe it wasn't having a dicky fit. It was just saying, no, you can't fan view him because he's no longer in the ride. He's no longer in the race. So I hope he's okay. I hope he's just decided maybe tonight's not his night. And so we're going to just see if I can jump in with Casper Norden. And I can. And it's worked. That's brilliant. Okay, so I do believe that these guys are at the sharp end, although it's now no longer giving me the positions out there, which is a bit of a shame. That's a real shame, actually. but they're still riding round. They're still pushing hard. And Tom Grimshaw and Casper Norden are the 2 lead racers for the ACAT tonight. So these guys are the very front end. As you can see, it looks like is it showing Norden? I've got eyes on Norden here. Let me just see. Trying to see if he's the one with the orange jersey. He's definitely the guy in front, but it's showing.
Yeah, you were.
Tom Grimshaw, the guy behind, as the one with the orange jersey.
That's interesting.
In the rider's lead. It's like the Twilight Zone, isn't it? Ooh, something really weird's going on here. What's happening here, chat? Hey, what is going on here? Hey, I have no idea. Is that a Zwift bug? Is that... Who knows? Let's see. It looks like it's just these 2 who are the front sharp end, because then we have to go back 47 seconds, I believe, to Mr. Charles Richards, the Welshman, for WGT and CR at P try. So he's a little ways back, but looks like it's a 2-horse race here between Tom Grimshaw and Casper Norden. But I'm not a betting man, but I'm going to go with Mr. Norden, seeing as he is the A+ rider in this front pack here. So I think he's probably going to have the firepower. Maybe he's got the kick to really to take it tonight. Going to be interesting. It's really interesting, isn't it, Tofu? These A's have just splintered so much. When did this happen? It's crazy. Ben Metcalf here. No, hang on. B. Rach. Brian Ratch. How would you pronounce that, Tofu? You're an American dude. That's an American name.
I'd say Ratch.
Ratch. Come on, Brian Ratchet. Yeah, that's it. He's riding for Project Echelon. And he's there in 4th place, currently on the track, out on the race, doing a cool 3.9 watts per kilogram. And then it's the bees. The bees then are coming in hot, really. The front group of bees in that group have got 3.
Let's see how they've survived their 4th time up the KOM.
Yeah, let's go back to them. Let's see where they are out on course. And here they are. So
big group still.
Big group, looking good. This is where this is going to be the sprinters' paradise tonight. Is going to come from this B-Cats. I think it really will. It's going to be an interesting one. They've done a great job of sticking together. Yeah, the A's. What's happened there? Who knows? They weren't as big. Wasn't as big a group to start with. I think it was about 18 ACAT riders to start with, and sometimes that makes a big difference too. So let's catch up with chat. We are having a lot of talk about beer. It's making me really thirsty, guys, girls. Stop it. Robin, I thought they only drank room temperature bitter in the UK. We don't need to refrigerate and add sparkles to mask mediocrity. Says the guy from the country who invented the IPA so that you couldn't tell the beer was spoiled. Yeah, Indian Pale Ale. Yeah, that's right. It came from those long ship journeys across the oceans where the sailors were like, just throw loads of hops at it and they'll never know it's gone bad. Yeah, Grimshaw, Norden leading the A's. Cheers, Dave. Do you know what? If I'd have just looked at chat, you'd have helped me out there, brother. Robin, wide variety here. You're absolutely right. John, it's crazy these days. You can get all kinds of beer now. James Ward is drinking beer, wine and crisps. Watsits. He's still on the Watsits. So he's mixing the alcohol, but he's not mixing the crisps. He's definitely a one crisp kind of guy. Chris Ruddle coming in with I'm a Guinness man myself. And yes, here we go. Robin's got a Boddington's in the fridge. Robin, man, that is cool. They are brewed in Manchester. I'm not sure whether the one that you're going to be drinking's come all the way from Manchester, UK, or whether you've got a Boddington's brewery over in the States. But that's cool. And here we go. Crikey. James Ward saying real men shave with Boddingtons. That's a funny one. John Stedman, yeah, this is all cats together, but they did start at intervals of about a minute's gap between the A's and the B's. And I think the D's were off third at a 2-minute interval, and then it was the C's with a 3-minute interval. I think that's right, yeah. So Dave Ranson, staggered start A, B, D, C. Robin's picking Jesse. Oh man, Jesse, you're going to get bought a case of your favourite beer if you win.
Come on, Jesse.
Oh, can we get that to him in chat? Tofu,
I'm messaging him.
Can you text him that? He's going to see that. Oh, that'd be brilliant. Robin, you get your Boddingtons imported. Man, that's dedication, that is, brother. Okay, right. So this B group, again, they push once more. We're seeing aero power-ups coming from the front as it just starts to string out once more. But as we can see, who is at the front? It's only the main guy, Mr. Jesse Williams, once more pushing forward. And I tried to get eyes on him, and he was moving so quick. He's gone past 6 watts. Oh, lovely! Look at that, supreme.
I just told him about the case of beer, so he's it sprung him up.
That's done it. Yeah, is it going to be Boddingtons? Is it going to be a case of imported Boddingtons, Robin, or do you keep that for your special stash? Is that just for special days and holidays? Oh, great stuff here. And Jacques and Jesse doing a great job working together. They've really teamed up nicely here, and which is great to see. And there's a couple of A's as well. Simon Oxenham as well for Team Zodiac has decided to jump in and finish his race off tonight with these guys. So obviously Jack and Simon, they're these guys are incredibly conscientious racers. So at no point are they going to entertain the notion of trying to mess around with the sprint at the end. So no doubt both of them will just relent and allow the bees to fight out the sprint for themselves, because they know that their ACAT race really is ended for tonight. But which is why we're going to remain eyes on with the bees, and they come through the S's for not the final time, but this will be going on to the final lap, I believe. The laps are around about 8k long, are they? Roughly, maybe 10. Something like that.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
At 8k, they're not quite 10k, are they? But Jesse positioned himself.
But one lap to go.
1 lap to go. So going across the start-finish banner, and you know what's coming, Tofu. It's going to be time to ring that bell, which is great. I can't wait. I love it. That's why I like to keep a track of which lap we're on, just so I get to use my sound effects. Chris Ruddle saying you're having a doner kebab after your bodies. That's the nickname of them over here. Yeah, you're drinking a bodies, Boddingtons. Doner kebab. Do you have doner kebabs, Tofu? Are they a thing over there in the States?
I've never heard of that.
That's it's a real delicacy. It's a real delicacy. It's some kind of meat. You'd question whether it's animal. It's obviously come from an animal, but you're never sure quite which animal it is. And it's put onto a spit. It's roasted on like a spit, usually, and it's rotating very slowly. You get them in the fish and chip shops over here in the UK, and you can even have kebab houses, because they're such a delicacy, and we love them so much. Most people tend to.
You've lost me. You're talking to the tofu smuggler.
I know, brother. I know. You can get vegetarian. I think you can get vegan kebabs as well. But yeah, a lot of people, they're very popular with the British. After you've had several cans or pints of Boddingtons on a night out, obviously prior to COVID, and hopefully once again when we're able to mix and socialise and have the enjoyment of a night out on the beers, it will be a thing of beauty that people will look forward to having a doner kebab at the end of the night, a greasy doner with lots of garlic mayonnaise, and there you go. Say no more. And probably a bag of chips as well, just because to really throw the grease down you. So Jane's coming with chat saying yes, we have kebabs, but not for vegans. No, they're definitely not for vegans. You wouldn't know what you're getting. Maybe that's the enjoyment. I quite like a chicken kebab because at least you vaguely know that it might have come from a chicken. So where are the C's? I'm just thinking maybe where are the front group of C's? Are they going to be coming up to... Okay, yeah, we've got a little ways back before. We'll watch the forward KOM. Then I'm going to jump backwards to watch the C's come in and finish, because obviously they're on lap 4. And so it's the final time for them. So they've had their bell lap. They are coming in. So we'll just watch and see how Mr. Jesse Williams... Doctor, I believe.
Yes!
Dr. Jesse, look at him pop that featherweight, beautifully timed, and look at him go now.
Nobody is going to attack over him. This is perfect.
This is a really strong showing, 5.9 watts per kilogram, 5.6, and he's really turning the style on, putting the rest of the B-cats into the paint locker, and actually the people who are able to kind of keep with him, A-cat rider Simon Oxenham, who's just coming to the front now and taking it up, but... Great effort, Jesse. Supreme climbing. So your tip there, Tofu, very much firm favourite, I think, of KRT coming in from chat. And Robin Zund coming in with anybody ever comes to Florida, beers are on me. You heard it here first. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, anyone out there, look Mr. Robin Zund up. He's giving away free beer to anyone who comes to Florida. There you go. Brilliant. Oh gosh, Kimberly coming in with post-COVID KRT beer tour and kebab for afters. Oh, sounds glorious. Yeah, it does sound good. It's really stretched out there. Really kind of stretched out. But Jesse hanging in tough there, and he's positioned himself really nicely. What a great effort there. Good dig, good attack. It's really important that that gap just up and over the banner, that he stays in touch as much as he can here. Some of the other riders now digging and pushing quite hard. Come on, Jesse. That's it. Stick in, brother. Let's see that. See those numbers. Jesse Williams' heart rate, yeah, 190. You're absolutely across the line. I know I haven't mentioned the heart rates of any of the guys. Is that around his max? 191 now. Crikey. Yeah, he's really pushing hard tonight.
Gives himself a better chance at the finish line.
What is Jesse's max heart rate? There's a little bit of homework for you, Tofu. What is Jesse's max heart rate based on recent efforts that you can see? And I'm going to go and jump backwards to the C's to try and get the front of the C cats. This guy's got a lap to go, I think, in the C's. So we're going to go back further and further. There's John Rich.
Come on, Jesse.
John Rich doing really well. Deborah coming through for her last time, and we're looking at the very front of the C cats here now, and I believe I've got the front group of C's. I've got I think so. I'm trying to guess based on Zwift power, but it's kind of difficult because here we go. They're throwing the power ups and they're going for it. They're really going for it. Some big numbers here. 11 watts per kilogram here from Sabada. He's doing well. It's a big sprint. Look at this, a big sprint. But I think Ramajo just took it, but it was a sprint between those two Spanish riders, and they were slugging it out there. And he's carried onwards. He hasn't even stopped. My goodness me, great effort. John Rich here putting down the power just to try and stay in touch with Mr. Mr. Ding Dong, who isn't half climbing well. He's having a second or third burst of energy, 5.1 watts per kilogram. That's incredible. He's got a power. He's got a lightning bolt next to him, so he's not a go-go Power Ranger. John Rich doing really well. It's saying he's placed in 16th place there, according to the leaderboard, and Rookmaker just in front in 15th. They're climbing well here. I wonder if John can just get a ride along with our friend Ding Dong. That'd be handy. That'd be really handy indeed. Deborah just a short way back, just about to come onto the forward KOM, and riding really strong. Great effort from Deborah. Ride on. We've got Dawson here. Here comes our main man for KRT, and he's putting on the style here. Go on, Mike. What an effort here. What a great finish there by Mike. Super effort. You finish, Mike. You can ease. You're done. You done, dude? They're still going on a 9.5 watts per kilogram. What is that about? He's having an absolute screaming effort over the finishing line. Strong sprint there from Mike. Great ride on to you, brother. So, yeah. Dave Ranson, thank you so much. 200 BPM. So our Jesse Williams is that's incredible. So let's jump backwards, let's go back forwards and get eyes back on that group of bees, because that's where the action is tonight. And here we are, Jesse's back in the group, beautifully positioned here. So he's brought his heart rate back down to 167 BPM. He really is. He's at tempo. Is it even tempo? It's amazing. What's your max heart rate, Tofu?
He's straight chilling.
Oh. He certainly is. Yeah, he certainly is. Dave Ranson coming in with the lol at sticky watts. There were. It looked like there were some sticky watts there to me. I thought that as well. I saw that in the Spanish riders who came across the line, and they were just like carried on at like 10 and 11 watts per kilogram, and then all of a sudden, pop, they disappeared. But yeah, incredible. And this is going to be the one. This is going to be the race to watch tonight. I think this is the cat to have eyes on to the finish. Well done to all the D's, the C's. Sorry we can't cover all of the finish line action, but we've managed to pick out, I think the front C runners. From what I can see, there was an A cat in the C's. Dutch rider Max, but he's carrying on. He's put the effort in. He's done 192 BPM. AJ, thank you so much for the like. Thank you, appreciated. So we're gonna keep eyes on and keep it going. Toby Kaplan, maybe he had a bod in the fridge he was rushing back for. maybe Mike's on the Boddingtons too. Yeah, that may be the answer. Maybe that's what's giving everyone the sprint legs tonight. I don't know. Oh, pressing the wrong buttons on my keyboard. There we go. This is a good group. Thanks for the like, John Stedman. Really appreciate it. And thanks so much to the team for all following KRT Live too. We're hoping to bring you 1080p streams. So we just need to have, I believe, another 8 followers. So if you've liked the KRT page, Laura Ockenden, thank you so much for the like. That's brilliant. Thank you so much for liking and sharing the streams and the page. But what would really help is actually if you go to the KRT Live page and just there's a follow button. So if you can hit the follow button, that's what we need. We need to get to 100 followers, and I know we can do it. Because we're about 8 off that, and then that will be fantastic. We'll be able to bring even better quality streams. And like I say, next week, hoping to be streaming on a fairly regular sort of weekly basis. And you up for another stream next week, Tofu, or are you going to jump in and race? What's the plan? Have I lost my side, man? I can't hear you, Tofu. What's going on? Oh,
let's do it. This could be a Sunday tradition.
Yeah, it would be cool, wouldn't it? It would be really cool. Mike Dawson is in the live stream audio. Mike Dawson, if you unmute your mic, come and talk to us about your race tonight. Just join us for the chat. Mr. Dawson, calling Mr. Dawson to the live stream. If you can hear us, unmute your mic, Mike, if you're able to, and talk to us about your sprint. Talk to us about your race tonight. Maybe he's doing his warm down. So, great effort. A great effort. Glad we caught that sprint.
I can hear you. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh, Mike. Great effort. We caught the sprint. We caught the end of your sprint. It looked like a really solid sprint there. You were putting down some big numbers. How was the race tonight?
I think it went pretty well. It's just struggling to keep up. It's been a pretty high volume week, so glad I could get out.
Yeah, no, great effort on the sprint, and just trying to keep an eye on the results. It looks like, obviously provisional, but it looks like it's showing you in 5th place in the CCAT, Mike, but I believe 2 riders that came in ahead of you are BCATs, so it could well be a 3rd place. You might just have sneaked onto the podium there, Mike, so fantastic effort. Ride on, brother. Discord's given us a few little issues tonight, which is causing everything to be a little bit glitchy, and that is the reason why we're having a few of these issues tonight. So, but thank you so much for bearing with us, everybody, as we come down to the very end of the race, and this is where it's going to start going. Here we go. Look at all the power-ups going. Look at all the power-ups going. Are we going to stay eyes on with Mr. Jesse Williams, or is Jacques Lecoq's going to take it up? Is he going to take it up anyway? He's going to just sprint for it. So we're going to see Jacques and Simon Oxenham. Oh my gosh, was that 13.7 watts per kilogram? 13.2 coming in by Simon Oxenham, but forget about that, because it looks like Mr. C. Evans, Jacques Lecoq, and is that Mr. Jesse Williams coming in? Was he the first, or was he the second BCAT rider in the race tonight? It was a great sprint, great sprint by Jesse. Fantastic effort, and I have to say, I'm all of a fluster, because I was not expecting the ACAT races to start sprinting. I called it out earlier and said they wouldn't do that, but clearly rush of blood to the head, and they thought better of it. Hey ho, did you catch any of that, Tofu? Can you hear me in Discord? Not sure if Tofu's still there. Got eyes on Stinson in the D's, carrying onwards. Can see some big numbers from the B's here as the sprints are going in once more, and it looks like it's a tight sprint here, but I think it's just been pipped. I think Nostrad's just been pipped over the line there by C3PO. Oh no, what's that? CPTBJHESQ. Catchy name. Not 100% sure how to pronounce that name, but there we go. So it looks like Stinson's coming in for the D's. Great job by Stinson. Looks like he's bringing it in. He's completing the race, so good job to you. And the B's all finished. See if we can get back to Mr. John Rich, but I think he's probably not far off finishing. Let's see if I can find him out there on course. Yeah, there's our friend, Mr. Ding Dong, John Rich. A few ways back there, about 28 seconds back, 29 seconds back. So it's like John's in a little bit of no man's land here. Let's go forward to watch. Could have a bit of a ding dong fight between Ding Dong and Rook Maker. See how that pans out as they come into the finish. Can you hear me again, Tofu? I can hear you in the background, I think. Yeah, no, I think Discord has decided to say no, forget about it. It's like Discord's not streaming my voice to Tofu. Tofu I can definitely hear you in the background. Let's catch up with chat. Let's see where we're at with chat. Oh yes. So it was a great job setting the race up, Dave Ranson. It's a brilliant job. Yeah, it's a great course. Big shout out to our very own Dave Ranson. Thank you so much. And Toby Kaplan saying work great. It did. Yeah. Just hit the follow. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. And a big push coming in from Robin. All about getting the timing right here. Absolutely. Don't go too early. I've made that mistake. You've got to time your sprint to perfection. But Jesse did a brilliant job. Brilliant job. Got to pick up speed up though downhill, which is true. John Stebbins shouting out, go Jesse Williams, go JW, go Jesse from Vicky and Chris, and go Jack from Vicky. Robin saying, oh, and Jesse coming into chat was saying so close. So close to winning a crate of beer from your main man, Robin Zund, as well. So that crate of beer stays with you, Robin, this time. But cheers, fellas. Great job. Thank you so much. Kelsey Tofu is out looking for kebabs. He's looking for a vegan kebab. Yeah, absolutely. You definitely should. Right, let's see how this pans out. This is going to be a right old ding dong here. Is Ding Dong doing 0.8? See what's he doing? He's going to wind it up. Here he goes. Oh, I know. You can't call yourself Ding Dong and have no sprint power. He's caught Route Maker sleeping here. 12 watts per kilogram. Has he got any more? 11.6. Head down. Look at that sprint action. Oh, he's smashed it. He's easing off now. 8.2. 0.8. Route Maker thinking about what it could have been. What it could have been like. Oh, dear. Come on, John. Let's see the gun show here, brother. We want to see guns. We want to see the legs. Get the gun deck on show. It's coming in stylish. Nice orange hoops for his Tron bike. And there's D-Cats flying in behind as well, but they're a ways off. But he's cruising in and very much keeping it tempo till the end. A respectable 17th place here from our very own Mr. John Rich. Give him a ride on. Give him a shout out. Well done to him. Some D's coming in. They're all slightly separated here, so there's no big sprint between them. But well done to you, Glaxon, Della Hyde, and P. Gardner. Ride on. And we'll jump back to Deborah, and we'll follow Deborah in as she comes through the S's. Oh, she's completed the S's. She's finishing off the S's now. So she's coming in for the sprint finish. And she's line astern with Jensen, Kay Jensen from Norway, I think. And a D-Cat rider who's tagged on the back for a free tow, which is nice. Gagnon. And let's see how this goes. Three-way sprint. Who's going to take it? Okay. Oh, man. Go on, Deborah. This would be brilliant if Deborah takes this. Wouldn't it be fantastic? Kelsey coming with dang, ding, dong. I tell you what. Yeah, indeed. Ding dong didn't half go off. He rang his bell. And he smashed it over the finish. So here we go. This is Deborah's waiting her time, biding her time. This is good. Follow the wheels. Okay, so Gagnon's attacking now. This is where Gagnon, is it Gagnon or no? Jensen's got a big, powerful sprint at 11 watts per kilogram. Deborah matching it with 9.3. Keep going, Deborah. Go on. Keep going. Great effort. Couldn't quite match Jensen's sprint, but I tell you what, they've left that D-Cat rider for dead. That's incredible sprinting after such a long race today. So that's great. Oh yeah, Kelsey coming in with go Deborah. Dave, great job all. Thank you so much. James Ward, go John. Yeah, great effort. Wow. Okay, dokie. Right then, let's us just come back to dual cam. I don't know. Can you hear me, Tofu? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you talk to me? I think there's been a Discord breakdown in communications tonight.
I can hear every sixth word that you're saying.
Every sixth word. Okay.
Yep, I've been counting. Discord's been super jumpy on my
How's
end.
that now? I've just stopped streaming. Can you hear me now?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Tofu. Yeah, okay. Right,
Nope.
Okay. So, listen, thank you so much to everyone who jumped into chat tonight. Big support for the team. Big support for Jesse Williams. Big support for John Rich and Deborah. And well done to Jacques Lecoq too. And to Mike, who I believe he may well have taken a podium. That's I think that could well be result of the day for him. So you've got to save your file there, Mike. Can't see your results just yet. So save your results, and you will be appearing in Zwift Power results very soon. So well done to all the KRT races. Well done to everyone who jumped into the race tonight and came and joined the KISS Road Race Series and for another Sunday night adventure. And we'll be back next Sunday for more of the same. So if you've liked what you've seen, then please jump in with a like and a follow of KRT Live over on the Facebook page, and you'll be able to watch these streams back on our YouTube channel, KRT Live. Search for KRT Live on YouTube and also on Twitch TV too. So thank you so much for watching. Until next week, just keep up with the Type 2 fun and ride safe, everyone. Okay, so take care, and goodbye from myself and Mr. Tofu Smuggler. Give us a wave, Tofu. Yes. All right. Ride on, everybody.